Hi, my name is NURUL AKMA binti ROSLAN. My metric number is A1980707 from Group 1. So, our topic for the assignment is the number of Malaysian graduates by employment status according to residential states year 2018. For state, we have Johor, Kedah, Kelantan, Melaka, Negeri Sembilan, Pahang, Pulau Pinang, Perak, Perlis, Selangor, Terengganu, Sabah, Sarawak, Wilayah Persekutuan Kuala Lumpur, Wilayah Persekutuan Labuan, Wilayah Persekutuan Putrajaya. We have 5 samples which is employed, further study, upgrading skills, waiting for work placement, and lastly unemployed. That's all. Thank you.
I'm Tanuja PONNALAGAN. My metric number A19A0942. Now, I would like to explain about the data arrangement. The data replace the number of Malaysian graduates by employment status according residential state in 2018. By using that data, we identify the number of class is 7. To know the class interval, we use the formula which is maximum entry minus minimum entry divided by number of class. So, the maximum entry is 40,595 minus the minimum entry which is 7 divided by the number of class which is 7. So, the answer is 5,798.29. So, we will round up the number to 6,000. We use the class interval to arrange the classes. By arranging the classes, we identify the frequency, lower boundary, upper boundary, midpoint, relative frequency, and also cumulative frequency. The total frequency of this data is 80. The total relative frequency also 1. And also the total cumulative frequency is also 80.
Hello, my name is Muhammad NAFIZUL bin AZIZAN. Now, I will explain about the graphical method that we use based on our case study. Okay, firstly, the method that we choose is the frequency polygon and also the bar graph. Okay, about the frequency polygon. Frequency polygons are the graphical device for understanding the shapes of distributions. It serves the same purpose as histogram, but helpful for comparing sets of data. To create frequency polygon, choose a class interval, then draw as axis representing the number of graduate midpoint, while on y-axis represent the value of frequency of each class. Okay, before that, let me explain how to get the data. Okay, firstly, based on data, there will be a frequency and also the class. Okay, so the frequency already given. Okay, for the midpoint that we have to get, we have based on the class, a class. Okay, take the early number and the end number, which is that have been given, and total both of it and divide by 2. So we will get the midpoint. Okay. From the y-axis, we know that there will be a frequency, and from the x-axis, there will be a midpoint. Okay. For the second graph, which is bar graph, the same thing given. Okay, bar graph is the simplest way to represent the data in the case study. We create this graph based on the data on the number of Malaysian graduates in 2018 from our case study. At the axis Y represents the frequency, and on axis X represent the midpoint, also the same. It consists of rectangular bar of equal width and space between the two consecutive bars must be the same. The height of the bar represents the frequency of the corresponding observation. Okay, from this, the thing is almost same from the frequency polygon, but the difference is the bar and also the space between the bar. Because as we see from the y-axis also given the frequency, and for the x-axis also given the midpoint. Okay, and then for the next is the measures of central tendency. Firstly, the way how to get the mean. Okay, the means is already given the formula as we can see. Okay, after that we can get the median. Median also given, which is we use the formula L plus M. Hello, my name is Muhammad NAFIZUL Amin bin AZIZAN. Now, I will explain about the graphical method that we use based on our case study. Okay, firstly, the method that we choose is the frequency polygon and also the bar graph. Okay, last but not least, now we will study about how to derive the shape of distribution based on the graph. Okay, firstly we have to know the value of the mean, also based on the formula given. Second, we have to know the value of the median, and lastly we have to know the value of the mode. Okay, after that we have to arrange the position, which is firstly we have to put mean, second is median, and lastly is mode. Okay, and then based from our data we get that the total for the median is 4881.65, for median is 3726.5, and lastly for the mode is 3256.5. Okay, so we know that the mean is the biggest, second is median, and lastly mode, the smallest one. So we have to put a symbol which shows that it's either bigger or smaller. After get that, we can start derive the data. So we add the y-axis that shown that the data, and for the x-axis we will write mean, median, and mode. Okay, so we know that the shape of graph will be decreased, which is from the axis y will deduct to axis x, right? Based on this picture. So we can make a conclusion. In conclusion, this show that the shape of distributions is skewed to the right, which represents mean is bigger than median, and median is bigger than mode. Done. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello to everyone. My name is SULAIMAN bin AYUB and my metric number is A19A0906. Now, I want to share to everyone about measure of central tendency, measure of position, and measure of variation for our case. Firstly is measure of central tendency. There are three important parts in this topic, and it is mean, median, and mode. Firstly is mean. Using the formula given, we got the last answer 4881.65. It is the mean for our case. Secondly is median. There are 5 steps to calculate the median using the formula given. First step is to determine the location of median class, and we got the class median 7 to 606. Second step is to determine the lower class boundary, and we got the answer is 6.5. Third step is to determine the class size, and our class size is 6,000. Step 4 is to determine cumulative frequency before median class and frequency median class. Our cumulative frequency before median class is 0 and our frequency median class is 65. And the last step is calculate the median using the formula. And we got the last answer, 3,726.5 for our median. Lastly is mode. Mode also have 5 steps to calculate the mode. First step is to determine the location of the model class based on the high Hertz frequency, and our model class is 7 to 606. Second step is to determine the lower class boundary, and our lower class boundary is 6.5. Third step is to determine the class size, and our class size is 6,000. And step 4 is to determine A1 and A2. Our A1 is 65 and A2 is 55. And the last step is to calculate the mode using the formula. And we got the last answer, 3,256 and 5 for our mode. Next is measure of position. They also have 3 steps how to get the measure of position. And first step is to find the location of quarter 1 and quarter 3. Our quarter 1 is 20 position and our class interval is 6,007 to 20,000, 12,000 and 7. And our quarter 3 is 60 position and our class interval is 7 to 6,006. After that, we find the value of quarter 1 and quarter 3 using the formula. And we got the answer for quarter 1, negative 20,993.5, and for the quarter 3 is 5,526.5. And the last step is to find the interquarter range. To find the interquarter range, quarter is quarter 3 minus quarter 1, and we got the last answer, 26,520 for our measure of position. Lastly is measure of variation. For sample variance and for sample variance, using the formula given, we got the answer, 250 million and 506,000 and 452.4 for our sample variance. And for sample standard deviation, we got the answer, 40,619.35 using the formula given.
Good day, doctor. I am MALARWATHY VIGNESWARAN and my metric number is A19B1047. Now I am going to present about the data analysis of SPSS. Now I am going to explain about the data analysis. First of all, the mean is 3,626.43, the median is 1,557.5, and the mode is 149. We get the different recordings for the SPSS and the manual calculation. Okay, next I am going to explain about the ANOVA. In this assignment, we use the decision rule using p-value as the method to identify whether the null hypothesis would be rejecting or fail to reject. The significant level or alpha is set as 0.05 in this ANOVA analysis. We will reject the null hypothesis if significant or p less than 0.05. For the number of Malaysian graduates by employment status, the significant value is 0.000. Therefore, we reject the null hypothesis as the significant value is less than 0.05. Next is multiple regression. For the multiple regression, let's look for the model summary, which is the R square value is 0.155, which means 15.5% of the variation in months can be explained by the employment status. Okay, now I'm going to explain about the confidence interval. For this research, we have set the confidence interval by 95%. Thus, our significant level is 5%. For the factors of Malaysian graduates' employment status, the confidence interval range is from 2.58 to 3.52. For the number of Malaysian graduates by employment status by residential states, the confidence interval range is from 1908.64 to 5344.21. Lastly, I am going to explain about the Pearson correlation. There is a strong negative correlation between factors of Malaysian graduates by employment status and the numbers of Malaysian graduates by employment status, and the R value is negative 394. That's all from me. Thank you.
As a conclusion, statistics is used in many situations in our life, and it's part of our everyday life. We also learned how to organize the data of employment status according to the residential state in 2018 into 3 types of tables. We used 2 types of graph, which are frequency polygon and also bar chart. In addition, we have to calculate the measures of central tendency, measures of position, and also the measures of variation. Statistics is very important to everyone because we get a lot of benefits by learning this statistic in our life. From this assignment, we had learned a lot of things about statistics. Thank you.